Welcome to the labs. We'll be spending the rest of the game here. And it's a pretty interesting place. There's a lot to look at, a lot of Easter eggs, and a lot of effort and thought put into this place. This place is really short if you just skip everything, but I'm going to show everything in detail, so this will make this series a bit longer. The inventory part is pretty self-explanatory by now, and you should know what kind of weapons work for you and what don't. If you've been following the walkthrough, you should have a ton of ammo and supplies by this point in the game, so anything is for free use. Do you remember when I said that the self-defense gun would have a use? Well, I'm gonna make a use of it right now in this game, and what a use it will be. Yeah, take that. Yeah. Sorry folks, that was pretty anticlimactic. There's really no use for this gun, so I just put it back in my item box since I was right there. I refueled my kerosene as well. I think that's the only refueling spot in this whole entire lab, so make use of it. The reason we have to make use of it is because these guys will definitely turn to Crimson Heads, and a whole lot faster than the parts of the mansion or other parts of the game, which is really strange and I'm not sure why. This zombie is absolutely pathetic and not even worth your time at all. I call him Nuggery. We will be passing him a lot in this lab. There are a couple of zombies to take care of here. They aren't much of a problem, and I prefer to use incendiary rounds on them because it'll burn them, and you don't have to use your kerosene or lighter. Strange enough though, this zombie did not get burned, and it should have, and I'm not sure what the reason for this is either. Another freak glitch, I suppose. We'll have to deal with him later. This place has some really nice lighting effects, and I'd even go as far as to say it's one of the best shots in the game. This room is entirely optional, and it's an X-ray room. It has an optional puzzle in it, but not optional for the people who've played this game before or have the answer beforehand. And the idea of the puzzle was that you were to rearrange these X-rays to pick up on this little thing over here, and it was to tell you what the password was for unlocking a cell door on this computer that you will see soon. Now this letter was added in and was not in the original Resident Evil, and it's about Ada and her dad named John, and it discusses certain things, and it doesn't really add a whole lot to the story, but it's a nice touch that they put it in there anyway. The game here gives an obvious hint to the password and the username for unlocking the computer. You can also make the room go all red with the switch. It's part of the puzzle. You remember those ammo discs we've been collecting? Well, now it's time to put them to use. These levers will play a big part in the ammo discs. This door is locked right now, and is directly connected to what was in that optional room that gives us the password to unlock that door. It's time to go to that computer now to unlock the door. These Magnum rounds are easily missable, so don't forget to pick them up. This is the ever so hyped computer, and it's quite simple. Type in John and Ada, and then you have it. You have access. This keyboard is quite strange, though. I would hate to use this. This is just terrible. And Umbrella really didn't think this through. We have been denied access. This is where the password comes into play. The password is simply sell. This file is a really interesting one because it talks about Crimson Head zombies, otherwise known as VAX. You'll learn a lot of interesting background information on the Crimson Head zombies. These are a bunch of cadavered zombies. This is where dead people go. They go inside these bags. And we got the battery pack. And if you go back in this room, a zombie will reappear, if I recall. But we won't be going back to that room, so it's not going to be a problem. Some people think this is John, but I'm not too sure. But if it was, sorry guy, but it had to be done. These things look remarkably similar to a GameCube. This is where you insert the MO discs at. There are 3 of them scattered throughout the lab, and you just simply use them, and one of the lights go green. Get all the lights to turn green, and you'll see what happens. This refueling chamber will come to play later. For now, it serves no purpose. Getting the slide is optional and not required. You may have noticed that Nuggery switched positions on us, and he alternates between the stairs and over there. It's very odd. This is where you can use the slide, and it's actually quite cool. It shows off all kinds of enemies and bosses that we've seen in the game. This is Cerberus. Thanks to the person on YouTube for correcting me with this. This is Neptune the Shark. You may remember him. He lasted for all of 2 seconds. Quite a pathetic boss. And this is the Hunter. We already know what these guys are all about. They like decapitating. Now this is the Tyrant. You are not familiar with this if you've not played a Resident Evil game before. And this is a rather shocking picture. And if you know anything about the story, it's a big deal. This is the code to access the door. Let's put in the code now. Not exactly hidden, but I don't think that was the point. This is the final key you can get in the game. Say goodbye to keys after this one. Time to view some home movies.
What? Get away from me! No! Hey! No!
That's some wholesome family fun right there. I think this is a good note to end the video. Thanks for watching, and be sure to check out the rest of my parts.